what are the biggest like cliches that filmmakers, at least student filmmakers, would say? Would they be like, maybe, oh, it's supposed to be like that, or it's supposed to be so dark you can't see anything.
Dude, you have no idea. There's so many of them. I took this class last semester called Collaborative Filmmaking, and we made this short film called Animus, and it was so interesting because every film professor is a character, man.
I'm sure.
To
teach film?
They are the most interesting, like, and surprisingly, like, you're like, how are you, like, not in, like, a psych ward or something? But in, like, the best kind of way.
Yeah, in a way that's
it's like,
okay.
they can also be so sweet, but a lot of them are egomaniacs, and our one professor, he kept telling us, like he wanted us to make this short film. We had to all pool our own money in for it and stuff. And then he was like, all right, now you can't use any dialogue. And we're like, okay. And he's like, and it also has to be surreal. And we're like, okay. And so we started pitching our idea to, like, the rest of the class and stuff. And they were like, well, that doesn't really make much sense. And then someone in our group, like, he was like, oh, that's because it's a dream. And we were all like, no. It's not. Yeah. We're not doing that.
It was all a dream.
We're not doing the, wake up at the end of it and it's all a dream. That's a big one.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, exactly what you said about, like, if the lighting is bad or the dialogue is terrible or the costumes aren't good.
It was supposed to be like that.
Yeah, it always comes down to, like, oh, yeah, no, my idea was... And, like, honestly, like, I can say that I've done that a few times, like, but it's good because it makes you like a better storyteller because you're like going through this whole big like long-winded explanation for why, like,
when you just didn't have
no one
time.
knows how to act in the video. Like, what's the deal with that? Oh, it's because they're all taking acting classes secretly, like, on the side.
Yeah, all of those characters are wannabe actors.
And it's insane, like, how often it works for film professors. They're like, yeah, I like that, and it's just like, what do you mean you like that? Like, I just pulled that out of my ass in, like, 2 seconds. And oh my gosh, it's so funny, though. And it's so funny, like, doing critique in class, too, because you'll be sitting around and everyone will, like, look at it, like, all the students will look at each other and will be like, this person put no effort into this whatsoever. And then the film will end and the professor will be like, wiping tears, wiping tears out their face, and you're like, what is going on? Like, what is even going on? And that's just the thing, again, when it comes to, like, art school, is like everyone's got their opinion, and everyone loves the stuff they love, and sometimes that's just really terrible student films, and, like, that's cool, though. Good for them. They're in the
some
right
people
position.
are into it. Yeah. It's Milwaukee too it's a big experimental scene when it comes to film, right?
Yes.
I have my own opinions on that. I feel like sometimes it can be chalked up to what we were just talking about, where maybe things weren't supposed to be experimental.
But then they got experimental
as fuck because maybe we ran out of time, or we realized we didn't have the budget for this, or we realized or maybe our actor didn't show up, and then it's the director has to be the lead now, and all these things, and it turns it devolves quickly, and they're like, well, it was experimental. Do you think that's a crutch that maybe we lean on too much?
I think it very easily most of the time is, but also I've seen people swing it in, like, the most cool way, like. There's so many different ways you can make something work. I think some of the best experimental films that I've seen, whether they be by, like, a faculty member or a previous student or, just another indie creator, a lot of it just comes down to, like in the name, like, just experimenting with form. Like, whether it be in, like, the narrative or with the equipment itself, like, just messing around with cameras and having it rolling and stuff, you can make some really, really beautiful stuff with that. Or, again, like I said, with narrative, like, having it be something that just seems, like, so pointless, like, but it's like, it becomes, like, something, each film is different, but, like, I've seen pieces where it's, like, the same, like, clip over and over and over again for, like, an hour, and we watched the whole thing in class, and then our professor is like, how do you feel about that? And it's so interesting because everyone has a different feeling, but, like, the fact that we all want to actually have a conversation about it, like, after we watch it, like, that's when experimental becomes, like, that's when it's done right.
There's something, there is an element of, I mean, that is art, right? If it's forcing you to feel something, whether that's positive, negative, whatever, that's art. So I guess, in that sense, that's interesting. Hey, thanks for watching there, guy. Click right over here if you want to see that episode in its entirety. Or you can click over here and subscribe to the channel. See all the other fun shit we do here. It's really up to you, guy.